Goddamn squatters. I hated these people. My God. Oh, this episode of SAO. Wow. I'm getting a little sick and tired of so many commenters and other people on YouTube just, saying, Asuna's mom is horrible. She's a bitch. It's just like, guys, let's focus on the real assholes of this episode. The goddamn squatters. I mean, they are assholes to an extreme. I mean, my God, who does that to people? Those people anger me the most out of anyone in the world. Because they just sit there waiting for you to weaken the boss, and then at the last second come in and take the final blow and take all the credit because they landed the final blow. That just sucks. Now, usually MMOs don't allow that, but apparently SAO does. I mean, when I first heard about the fact that only the people who can take down the bosses, the leaders of the groups that took down the bosses, only their names get on the board, I guess that makes sense to not allow the board to get filled up with names too quickly. But at the same time, it seems a bit unfair. So to see these sleepy knights, that's what their guild is called, be forced to actually take down the boss monster with only 7 members just so they can get all their names on the board before they have to separate, it just seems kind of just unfair. That's pretty much the gist of this episode. Unfair. And as soon as they revealed those guys invisible, I immediately thought, I was like, ugh, squatters. They just sit there waiting for people to fight the boss before them, learn their weaknesses, or at least lower their health so they can just sneak right in. It's like, we did it first. You guys did it. You guys failed. Just like assholes. Just plain assholes. Now, the point where everyone starts saying Asuna's mom is horrible, she's a bitch, was pretty much, when she actually appeared. She only appeared for one scene. One scene. And that's enough for people to just start focusing on her and like, oh, she's horrible. It's like, guys, really, calm the fuck down. Alright. She unplugged the game. Okay? She, of course, because Asuna was late to dinner. She's probably been playing all day. I mean, she's been playing since 3 o'clock or 3:30. So she's been pretty much playing, since, I'm assuming, since like, for at least last 3-4 hours. So, with talking to her mother and letting her know what's going on. So, she's been playing for a long time. And of course, and I like what her mom says, like, after 2 years of almost losing your life and losing the life of your friends to this game, why are you going back? Now, to some, that may make sense. They're like, oh, this is a different game. Oh, it's nothing like the Nerd Gear. But that doesn't change the fact that you almost died in this kind of game. You almost died because of this kind of stuff. It'd be like someone you love, someone you cared about, almost dying in a car crash. You were so scared, like, oh my God, what happened? And then immediately, as soon as they got out of the hospital, they decided to drive themselves home. It's just like, what the hell? You almost died. Aren't you afraid? I'm afraid for you. Now, maybe someone will be okay with that. It's like, oh, it was just an accident. It's like, not going to happen again. It's like, no, that's the thing. Accidents happen because you don't expect them to be. It's like, you should be worried about, things happening again and again. That's why they're called accidents. But, either way, maybe it's just difference in opinion. But it was still nice to see that her mom makes a good point. And Asuna is just kind of being throwing a tantrums. Like, oh, my mother, like, oh, she's horrible. She doesn't understand. These games are amazing. Like, it's my only connection to my friends. It's like, can't you just meet your friends out in the real? I mean, I guess not anymore because she moved. But, it's just something. But, either way, I'm just saying. Besides, I don't really see her doing anything with her actual real life. Like, what's she doing in school? What's she doing to prepare for the future? She's just playing games. That's all I'm seeing she's doing. So of course, even I'm worried about her future. Like, what is she gonna do when she graduates? If she graduates, What's she gonna do for the rest of her life? She's gonna hope that Kirito makes all the money so she can stay home and play video games all day and spend time with Yui? I mean, what kind of life is that? That's kind of sad. Poor. It makes me kind of feel sorry for Kirito on some level. And I know I usually don't do that. Because then he has to work his entire life just to support Asuna's gaming addict ass. Either way, you know, of course, like I said, you know, that scene didn't last very long. It was actually kind of nice. It brought up a good point, and it just makes me, you know, question people like, why are you directing your anger at her? Direct your anger at the squatters. Those guys are complete assholes. When they come in with their 20 members or something like that, and they're just saying, oh, sorry, you can't, you know, come past here. You can't fight the boss. We already had called dibs. We're going to fight it in 1 hour. It's like, then you don't call dibs. We can go in first now, and you can fight him later. I mean, come on. I mean, is the game really allowing this? And why would anyone just allow a guild like this to exist? If this guild was more well known, I'm assuming they're not. I'm pretty sure there'll be hundreds of players just attacking these guys like, fuck you. We're not going to let you just do this kind of shit. It's bullshit. These guys are just spewing bullshit everywhere. I mean, I don't know anyone in the real world who plays MMOs, actual MMOs, who would put up with this. They would not. They would block their account. They would do everything to get rid of these guys because they're just annoying to the extreme. I mean, I don't say it's a logical or a good strategy. It's not. It's just immoral. It is just wrong. It is just unfair, and it just screws everyone over of having fun in the game. And that's the point of any game, to have fun. And it's these assholes that prevent that prevent us from doing that. But either way, I mean, as the majority of the episode, I was actually kind of excited near the end when Asuna and Zekken just start coming in, just are gonna attack them. It's like, well, they're not gonna listen to reason. Let's just fucking kill them. It's like, okay, let's do that. I mean, they can't actually really die, so why not? Let's just go ahead and just chop their heads off. And I was actually hoping it would end on a scene where they're obviously gonna lose because there's like maybe 40 or 50 members coming in here to attack them, and you know, it's only 7 of them. But at least I'm hoping that they'll lose, taking out as many as they can. Like, it'll end on a just still image of, you know, some of them, you know, with low health, but at least they took off some of their heads. It was like, ah, and it just ends right there, like, perfect. I love it. But instead, it ends with Kirito coming in, and as soon as he did, you can assume it's like, oh shit, you know, they're gonna win. You know, they're gonna beat all 50 of these guys, no problem, because he's here. I mean, I was actually having fun at just following Asuna, and this is her own adventure. You know, but of course, Kirito has to come in and take spotlight because that's what he does. But again, either way, I'm just you know, hoping for something that this show is not gonna give me. I mean, I'm not gonna dwell on this any longer. Either way, it was a good episode in the point that they wanted me to get angry. They wanted me to get mad at these people and, you know, fall behind, you know, Asuna and Zekken, and I did. It succeeded. I hate these squatters. I want them dead, and I'm supporting, you know, Asuna and Zekken's dream of taking on a boss all by themselves with 7 people. That's great. Love it. So hopefully the next episode, again, I know they're gonna win. I don't know if they're gonna start off with saying like, oh, you know, they're already dead, they're gone, boom, but we never saw the fight. Or maybe they're actually gonna start off where the fight, you know, began. Actually, Kirito killing some people and Asuna and Zekken killing some people too, and they fight the boss later. I have no idea. Either way, till next time, I'm Tony Dragon. Bye bye.